Okay, now we're talking about the Nord Stage 3 76 key hammer action lightweight keyboard, and the problem is the typical rattly keys. Okay, now before I try to explain how to get rid of the rattle on the keys, I just want to show you how the keys work. And I'm in the privileged position to have a section of key bed here, which was a section of the old key bed I had on this particular keyboard, and I did change it for a brand new key bed before I knew some of these fixes. So anyway, let's have a quick look. First of all, you've got the key bed itself, and when the keys operate, a weight at the back goes up and down. It gives you that feel like a piano action. There you can see that weight, and it actually falls on a foam strip at the back there. Now that foam strip does wear out, and it gives you the clonk because the weight comes down and hits the plastic. It goes right through that felt. Now you would have to replace that felt if you wanted to stop the clonk at the back. And although it looks difficult to change this bit of felt when the key bed is up the right way, when it turn it and it's upside down, all the weights fall away from the felt, and you can actually remove the felt and put a new bit of felt on. Or, well, it's not really felt, it's foam. Put it on there. It's a part that you can get from Nord, and you put it on there, stick it down with something like similar, like double-sided tape. It's got a sticky side to it, and then when you turn the key bed up the right way again, all the weights will fall back onto it and rest. And when they go up and down, they should no longer make a noise, a clunk at the back. Now that I'm not going to cover today. You would have to pull the complete key bed off the machine to do it, off the keyboard itself to do it. So all I'm going to cover is a side-to-side rattle that occurs on the keys, which is a side-to-side rattle that is to do with it moving sideways like that. Now the way these keys come off is you can pull them forward and they'll pop off. Now a way that I've found you can do it, and a way that you can either push it from the back and it'll pop off in this sort of fashion, like that, okay, or you can do it from the front. If you put a screwdriver in between a black key and the white key, you can pop it off like that as well. And it has to come forward about 1/4 of an inch at this point here. You can see it's about 1/4 of an inch there. Let's just move the camera a little bit better. Right, you've got about 1/4 of an inch there, and it will lift off. Same at the back there, 1/4 of an inch. So as long as it comes forward about 1/4 of an inch, it should lift off the position and come out. Okay, so that's important. If you want to take a black key out, similar thing, but you've got to remove the white key from either side. Right, now we move on to actually doing it on the keyboard itself. Now before we start, we need to undo or loosen the screw in the centre at the back that holds the bracket through to the front top cover. So only needs loosen it about 4 turns, I suppose. You can take it right out, but it's probably easier to leave it in there. Right, that one's loose. Okay, I'm now going to put it onto a stand. Now going to remove 3 screws from each end. Now you want the screw that lines up with the front of this edge, which is this one. You need the one that lines up with the front edge of the top cover, which is this one. Get it out. And the one at the back that lines up with the back edge. They're the only 3 you need to undo from each side. Okay. Now the same from the other end, the left side. There's one. The second one lines up with the front of the top. And then the rear one. So that's 3 screws from each end removed, put in a nice little pot for safety. Now what I've done is made some wedges which are like this, and they're just made of plastic. And what I do, I put the one underneath that corner. Now they're plastic for a reason, so they don't actually scratch everything. Push it under that corner there. I've got one more that will go in this corner. Like that, and it actually lifts the top up enough that this area around here, it's about a 1/4 of an inch I suppose gap there. As you can see the gap there underneath there, it's a nice little gap. Okay, now what we do now, where the key is that we want to remove, which in my particular case is this one, the A key. Okay, I'll put a wedge in next to it, pull this front bit a little bit forward, wedge in there, just to give it about a 1/4 of an inch gap at the front there. There's the gap there. Now, with a screwdriver, I can put a little bit of pressure in between the black key and the white key, and it will pop off. There it goes, it's popped off, okay? Lift it up, and presto, it comes out. There we go, there's the white key removed. Now the grease I'm going to use, I don't know if you can read that, that's the packet it came out of. When you look at the tube, it's got that written on it. Try and get it in focus. Okay. Now I'm going to use a little bit, and I just use a broken Stanley knife. A little bit on each, on there. Just a small piece like that. Okay. Put it into the either side of the guide. Push it in that little groove that's in the side of the guide there, like that. Take any off the excess, a little bit of excess there, put a little bit more down there. Okay, that's it, like that. Get the key. No need to put any grease in these parts. This part here has got plenty of grease in it anyway, as you can see. Plenty of grease on that part there, so it doesn't need it either. Let it get in focus. Then I'm going to put the key back on. Just drop it in under the back. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Right. Put the key in there. Keep it low at the back till it goes onto the slot area. There we go. Push it in until it clicks like that. There it is, working again. Okay, you can remove the wedge at the front. Let the front panel come back in again. You can remove the wedges at either end. So let the top panel drop. Like that. There we have it. No rattle. Rattle's gone. Okay. And we can put the keyboard back together again. Right, I'm now doing the screws up on the left end. front. Now move to the other end. One, two, three. There we go. And while I've got it on an X stand, I'm going to do the one up in the bottom from underneath. Makes it a lot easier. There it is. That's done up now. So the whole thing's done up. Ready to put and start playing. There we go. We've now repaired that rattly A key. No rattle at all now, perfect. Without taking it all apart, which is great. You can do any other key you want by the same method, which means you can basically do them as and when they become rattly, rather than waiting for them all to be, for lots of them to be rattly, and do it by pulling it all apart, which has got the complications that you've got to undo ribbon cables, you've got to take this back panel off. Much easier to do it this way, and a lot less chance of messing it up.